Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for giving me your time, and I also really appreciate we had a little snag yesterday and sent out invitations for Sunday night, and we really were going to do this webinar today. I hope everyone can hear me okay. Let me just check. Okay, great. Thank you, Al. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to answer all questions at the end. And what I want to do is show you the NDT trade execution platform. Now, normally, if you trade, and we're not talking about trade methodology, we're not talking about indicator analysis, we're simply talking about trade execution. And trade execution is a significant component to making money in trading. I mean, you can get a great entry and wind up making very little money on the trade. So the way you execute a trade is really important. Now I'm going to put up a Superdome right here. Now I'm going to put it on the same instrument. And the market's not moving that fast. Now I have this on a sim feed, so I can control the direction. And you can either trade off of this, which in a rapidly moving market just moves very, very radically. It's very difficult to put in a sell stop or a buy stop, especially if you trade on candle close, which I strongly recommend. Although that gets back to trade methodology, I do believe that trading intra-candle is cutting off the market's ability to express itself in each incremental period that you have set your chart for, whether it's a minute, whether it's a 5 range, whether it's a 144 tick, and we're going to show all of those. I mean, what you want to do is be able to take a trade, I believe, at the end of a candle or at candle close. Although if you want to, you can certainly trade intra-candle. Now, this is a patent pending tool. The patent's been pending for about over 2 years. It's very difficult to get a patent on something with a lot of code. And they've returned it twice to us for revisions. We just took off the patent pending here because it was getting to the point of ridiculousness because we had it up for over 2 years. But we still have the patent pending. I mean, we never pulled it. And the revisions are done for free by our attorney. We already paid for it. So it's going to go to either denial or acceptance. Now, if we do, we're going to be the only company that's going to be allowed to take these configurations. Now, let me just show a few of them. Now, remember, this can be done on any type of candle. It can be done on time, tick, range, Renko, Unirenko. And I'm going to show you a lot of different types of candles. Now, we'll just go to your basic minute candle. Now, I have the trend set here in the middle. And since we've had price move all the way up, one of the toughest things when you're trading time is to get in exactly at candle close. Now, optimally, based on market structure, you should get into the trade 1 tick below the close of a short candle and one tick above a long candle. Now, you can always take a trade. I mean, if you just want to go in and sell,
order filled,
you're in. And you can see our ATM is already there. And it's going to trail the trade. You can configure any ATM you wanted to here. In fact, this has an enormous number of ATMs in it. And obviously, if we push this down, you'll see how you can trail the trade. Although, again, you're going to set this up. The important thing here,
target filled,
and you can see how the trade management strategy is to move the stop 1 tick in front of the entry. Now, the important thing though, is if you're trading time
Target filmed.
and you're out, you never know exactly where. It shows you there's your entry, there's your first target, there's your second target. Is that you never really know exactly where the candle is going to close. Now, I couldn't find a time counter on the indicators. I could find a tick counter and I could find a range counter. I couldn't find a time counter. I know there's got to be one here, but it really doesn't make any difference. I mean, you're going to start hunting for the entry, which again should be one tick below the close of a short, one tick above the close of a long, as soon as the candle completes its excursion. Though in a market where you're getting a lot of up movement and down movement, you're never going to know exactly where the candle is going to close. So I'm not going to go through just buying and selling. You can easily do that. But I want to go through some of the more complex trades that really give you a significant advantage. Now, this candle's obviously going to close to the downside. We have it set. So we're going to sell a down close. Now, you don't have to worry anymore where this candle is going to close to get your sell stop in. Now, if you want to trade intra-candle, you're just going to hit a sell. But if you want to trade one tick below the close, and we don't have a time counter, we'll just let the platform do it on its own. Now we're 24.43. Optimally, if it closes here, wherever it's at, we want to get in one tick below.
Order filled.
Now it closed and we got the exact fill. We didn't have to chase the trade. And that's a tremendous advantage right there. That's going to do it for you every single time. Now, obviously, we're going to move down and the trade's going to mature and make money. That's really irrelevant. You can see the ATM is pre-programmed into here, and you can put in 15 or 20 ATMs. In fact, you can put in 100 if you want. It makes absolutely no difference. You just dial them in here to the right, and you're good to go. Now, here's what I also want to show you. Let's take this stop target and move it all the way to here. Let's say that you've got your first target out and you want to trail the trade. Now, this is a very, very unique trailing stop. And what you want to do is you want to exit the trade on the first up candle. As long as the candles keep closing to the downside, you're going to stay in the trade. So you're going to hit close on an up close. And now you have a new kind of trailing stop. And as long as these candles continue to move down, you're going to continue to make profit. Let's get one or two under our belt here. So now you've got your own different kind of trailer in. And this is a very effective trailer. Let's let this candle close, and then what we're going to do is we're going to reverse the direction. So it has its own built-in trailing stop. If you want to take the trade on continued down movement and continued closes to the downside. let's let this one form. Now, I mean, normally what we would do is you could trail it with the stop, but we're not trailing it that way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a market reversal direction in price. Now, the first stop close is going to take you out of the trade, and it's going to give you a precise exit one tick above the close of an up close. So you don't need this trailing stop. In fact, if I click it out,
Order canceled.
oh, I canceled the trade. I didn't realize it would take the trade out, but it should, you see, I'm sorry about that. Let me flatten everything. Hold on a minute here. I don't want to leave this hanging here. Hold on a minute. Let me go to Chart Trader and flatten everything.
Order filled.
Okay, so it's closed. So I didn't get an opportunity to show you that, but I will again. Hold on one second. Let me re-enable the NDT. Here it is again. You only need one of them. And we're going to buy an up close.
Order filled.
And we're in. Now let's say the trade goes against you. Immediately. Well, let's let the trade hit your first target. So you're going to hit close on a down
Target
close,
filled.
and the market's going to come right back against you. Now you're trailing the trade. Now we want to take the stop out or move it.
Stop filled.
All right. I'm sorry. We'll sell a down close. I'm being really clumsy here.
Order filled.
Okay, let's let it hit the first target. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the stop all the way up here. Now this is the toughest to show because this is time. All right, so let's
Target filled.
all right. So let's just wait for the candle to close. I don't want it to take this target out. Now we're going to close on an up close. We're going to trail the trade, continue to take profit as long as the candle continues to the downside. Let's slow it down a little bit here. And now we're going to close. We have our trailing stop engaged, and the first up candle is going to close the trade. I have it set for 1 minute. I can't set it for less than that. Or maybe I could do a 30-second, but I know a lot of traders use time. We use Unirenko. Like I said, it does not matter,
Order filled.
and you're out. So it closed on your trailing stop, one tick above the reversal candle. So if you have a move like this, irrespective, you can ride it all the way up. That's going to take you out on the first down candle. And that's a very unique trailing stop. You're not going to be able to configure this on your Superdome. And let's say you're trading 3 contracts and you take 2 out at whatever, 10 ticks, whatever it is, and you want to get that third to go as far as possible. You move your stop to break even, you're no longer at risk on the trade. You can try to get a move like this, where the first exit is going to be the first down candle. So it gives you the ability to go all the way on the trade. Now, here's something else that's unique. We're going to create a really strong uptrend. And what we have to do is go to hit good till canceled. And then we have to hit save. So we're in a strong uptrend here. And the trend is going to hit resistance. And again, I'm going to discuss trade management strategies. I'm just really talking about the configurability of the NDT. And what you want to do, you're not in this long trade. As the trade moves up into resistance, you want to take the first down close there is and actually trade it. So you're going to hit sell on a down close. Now it's good till canceled. So it's good until it executes. So as long as the market continues to move up, you are not going to get executed. But once the market reverses and you made the decision that you want to take this trade to the downside, on candle close to the downside, again, you do not have to chase price when the candle closes. You don't have to worry about the dome and go running around on it. I mean, this morning on the E-mini, the market was moving very fast. The NASDAQ I'm sure was moving a lot faster. Now, this is going to be our first down candle. Got to wait for it to close. Now I'm going to move it from minutes to range in a second so we can get these executions a lot faster. Just got to wait for the candle to close.
Order filled.
And you're in. And you're in. If you look at the price, you could have never gotten this price if you were working the dome, because you want the price to be one tick below the close. I think that's got you even a better price. It got you the actual close, and that's just normal stutter in the market. It actually got you a better entry. You're not going to have to chase anything on here. And as long as the market keeps going down, there's your stop, and you're out of the trade. Now, let me show you the configuration. And I'm gonna change this to range, just so we move a little bit faster. And I'm going to change my NDT to range. And now we're working on a 5-range chart. Now, let's say that you're trading Forex. And I don't have a Forex. I mean, I could dial in a Forex maybe on a sim fee, but it doesn't really matter. And what you want to do is there's a pip spread and the market is stuttering around. Now, I have a slide for this, but it's behind the charts. I'm not going to bring it up, and I can show you how this trade is configured. Here's your one candle, and this is a very, very unique configuration. Now, let's say the market is heading down, and you want to sell a down close. 1 pip below is going to be where the trade triggers. But because you have a -1 here, it won't execute until the market pulls back a pip. Now, if the market's raging down really hard, you won't get the entry. But if it stutters back a pip and fills you, it's going to diminish the pip spread and give you a 1 pip advantage on the trade. So if we hit a 1 here, in order to get in this trade, the candle has to close and trigger and then pull back 1 tick to execute. Now, you can do it on the E-mini. The NASDAQ tends to be more of a momentum market. You can do it on stocks if you think you're going to get that 1 cent pullback. But it's always nice to get that 1 extra cent. Your first target's going to give you, or that 1 extra pip or that 1 extra tick. It's going to decrease your stop. Let's say your stop is 10 ticks. Your stop is now 9 ticks. So you've just got a 10% decrease in risk. Let's say your first target is 10. Now you're going to get a first target out at 11. So you've got a 10% increase in potential profit and a 10% decrease in potential risk. So let's set this right here in the middle where it's going to kind of stutter around. Give it a minute to stutter here. And remember, in order to get this premium, you have to take the risk of not getting filled. So we're going to sell a down close. And this thing is just sort of making its own decision here. Now, for some reason, it's going up, but hopefully now it's going to come down. It's only a 5 range. It's going to execute pretty quickly. And I'll give it a little bit of push to the downside. I don't want to give it too much of a push. There it goes. It's just stuttering around. So it's got to move 5 ticks in order for the market to do anything. So let me set a little bit. All right, well, it's heading down. All right, let me give it a direction. It's going to head down. It's going to close.
Order submitted.
You see, There was the entry on a 1 tick pullback, but you didn't get it because I can't get the sim to kind of stutter around here like I wanted to. Now, we've used this stop a lot. We've used this in the past many times. Once it starts to move a long way past your entry, you're gonna abandon the trade. You're just gonna hit close. But just for demonstration purposes only, we're gonna have the trade pull back and grab your entry with the premium. But you can see everything is projected on your chart. You know exactly where you are. You know exactly what's going on. Now, if this was a normal market where I didn't have to set a trend, the chances of getting an entry would be pretty good. Now, especially on the Forex, and I think on the E-mini, I haven't really looked carefully at a lot of stocks, but if you're looking for a cent or two of premium on the stock, on your entry, you probably got a good chance of getting it and eliminate the spread on the bid and the ask. Now on the pullback, you're going to get your
Order filled.
Now you got filled on the pullback, and optimally, the trade is going to continue on its merry way. Now with sim, it's a little awkward to show that, but that's the best I can do here.
Target filled.
So let me close the trade.
Order filled.
And let me now some people who trade Renko, and I didn't configure an NDT for Renko, but this NDT will work very, very well on Renko, will want to buy or sell, will want to close on candle close, irrespective of the direction that it's going. So let's say it's heading down. Let's get into a trade. Now these are our trailing stops. We're going to close on a down close when we're in a long trade. We're going to close on an up close when we're in a short trade.
Order submitted.
The order submitted, I still have the pullback in there, but it's going to close close on close. When the next candle closes, the trade is going to close. But the problem is it hasn't executed. Let me get it up there to execute, and then we'll close on close.
Order filled.
Okay, you're in the trade, and no matter what happens on this candle,
Order filled.
you're out. It closed on a close. Now, what you have to do is not enter this until the trade executes. I mean, I entered it prematurely. But when you're in a trade and you just want to get out of the trade, irrespective of the direction, you're going to hit close on close and you're going to be out. If you're looking for the close at resistance, say, you can sell a down close as the trade is moving to the upside. So I'm trying to remember about all the configurability. I want to put this back to 0. I'm not looking for a premium on the trade. I just want to get in. Now you can customize the order. You can take a market order, you can take a stop order, or you can take a stop limit order. Now, oops. Now you can have as many ATMs as you want programmed into this as you like. So if you want to, now Sergio knows how to program them, but here's your manage ATMs up here. You can delete or add, and he knows how to reconfigure any ATM that you like. It's really easy. And if you come aboard and you want to use this tool to trade, he'll configure a whole bunch of ATMs for you if you want him to. And again, you can trade any instrument. You can trade crude, Forex. I'm sorry, you can trade futures, stocks, or Forex. Now, let me just show you quickly tick. We're going to go to tick, and let's go to a 100 tick. And let me open up my tick. Here it is. And actually what we need to do is go to a 144 tick. Right here. I'm going to do the same exact thing on a tick chart. Again, we don't know where the candle's going to close. Let's stop the uptrend. We're going to buy an up close. And as soon as the trade executes or the candle closes, now we do have a tick counter here, but I'm not going to bother to put it up. Seems like a long time.
Order filled.
There it is. You're in exactly one tick above the close of the candle. Again, manually, you could never get that trade. Now, the other thing about the speed of the NDT is that it has the potential. I can't guarantee it's going to happen, but it has the potential to minimize slippage on the trades because it's going to put you at the head of the queue. Since it executes the trade instantaneously, one tick above the close on a long, one tick below the close on a short, there is a tendency to minimize. Now, obviously, slippage is a market independent parameter that I can't guarantee. But if there is a queue, obviously, and there's no preference shown like to the big institutions, which there probably is, at least you're going to step in front of most of the other small retail traders by the speed of your execution. Now, this does not work with the DOM. So it's not a two-step process whereby the signal goes from the NDT to the Superdome to the broker. This executes the trade and sends it directly to the broker. Like I could click this out. I don't even have to show it. It's not even there. And I can still execute my trades. I'm buying an up close. We can put in a tick counter. It's 57, 50, 44. It's going down. And it's going to execute the trade even though I have no DOM. And I never trade off the DOM. I don't want to have to chase my entry. I'm not going to take a market order or a limit order. I want to take a buy stop or a sell stop. And we're almost there. Oh, this is buy on an up close. Nice. Okay, let's sell on a down close. And let's set it down. And I just want to show you how, how well it works on a tick. It does not matter the kind of candle that you trade. This is going to give you the exact same configuration, the same trailing stop, the same potential reversal, where when you're going long and you continue to go long and you want to sell the first down close, you hit that good till cancel, which is still up because I have the save settings. It's going to give you that reversal automatically. Now we're down to 49 ticks. Let me move the NDT over. Now we have no dome up. And we both know what it's like to try to trade off the dome in a fast moving market and how you want to get your
Order filled.
And you're in. Now this one didn't give you an exact entry. It missed by a tick. It does its best, but we have it set at the fastest speed possible. So instead of giving you 1 tick below, it gave you 2 ticks below. It's never going to be perfect, but I think it's good. But I believe that 99% of the time, it's going to give you an entry better than you can get manually if you trade candle close, which I strongly recommend. Now, again, we can trail the trade. Let's put all the way down here. Let's let it tick down 1 more candle. And we're going to continue with the trade to the downside with the runner until we get an up close. And this is the way we can potentially go after a nice long move. You see where the stop is? It's 1 tick below the entry. So we're safe on the trade. If we took 2 contracts or 2 lots or 100 shares out, and or break even plus a tick, a pip, or a cent, and now you want to go for that runner, you're going to be you're going to close on an up close. And as long as the market continues to the downside, you stay in the trade. And we'll let it go down 1 more candle, and then we'll create our own reversal. Now, normally you have to be playing with your stop. Here, you don't have to touch it. Now, you're well past it. You're never going to see that stop again. Now, if I click it out, I'll eliminate the trade. Now we're almost down. I would have thought this would tick down faster. But this is how you get the biggest runners, is by riding the down move until you get a reversal. That reversal is the best way to get out. Now we're going to close. We're going to close on an up close. We already got it. And now we're going to get the up close. Now remember, the up close can be very small. It could be 2 ticks, it could be 2 cents, it could be 2 pips. All it does is break the downtrend. Now, because I'm using the sim feed, it's going to be a bigger candle simply because I'm adjusting it. And I don't want it to waffle around here. But now on the first up close, we're gonna be out of the trade. Now you can still use your trailing stop, still configure as many ATMs as you want.
Order filled.
And you're out. First up candle took you out of the trade. That's your trailer. Instead of having to move your stop, Your first up close breaks the downtrend. Now, technically, as far as price action is concerned, it takes 2 candles to change the direction of the trend. But we're going to be out on the first reversal candle. And we always have the opportunity, if the market continues back to the downside, and I don't trade price action, and we get an engulfing candle, to close on a down close again. But this is how we're going to work all the trades. Now, again, we're going to let this candle close. And what I'm going to do, since this is going to be, what we're going to do is we'll buy an up close with a 1 tick pullback. Now, from here, and let's just decrease the strength of the uptrend. Now, this is particularly good on stocks and Forex. On futures, there's no spread, but it's still really great if you're trading in the market and you think you can get an execution on a 1 tick pullback to get that tick of premium. It's very, very beneficial. Now let's even move it down to no clear-cut trend. We're almost there. Now this comes with a manual that shows you how to configure.
Order submitted.
The order submitted. Now we need a pullback. I'm not touching it.
Order filled.
You got filled. You got in at the pullback, and you see you actually got 2 ticks of premium on the trade. You didn't get just 1 tick above. You got, and then a pullback. You got a 2 tick pullback on this trade. And now, hopefully, the trade will continue to the upside. You've cut your stop by 20%, increased your first and second target profit by 20% on that pullback. Now I'm trying to think if there's anything that I forgot. And there's always something that I forgot. But otherwise, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now I just have crude here. You can dial in 5 different instruments or 6 different instruments, or you can always add a new dome. What I do is I have 1 dome for crude. Let me close the trade.
Order filled.
I have 1 dome for crude, and I have 1 dome for the E-mini. I have it set on my ATM for my E-mini. I have it set on my ATM for crude. You can put 1 under each instrument, or you can simply use 1 and dial in the market and dial in the ATM. I think it's a lot more advantageous to create a dome for each individual entry. Now, if you're looking at a trade analyzer or a scanner, and you're looking at 100 stocks, the best thing to do is you're going to have to dial. I don't think you can create 100 NDTs, but you're going to have to dial it in as fast as you can and get your ATM set up. But you can have 4 or 5 NDTs, so you can sort of have a basket of them. So it's very, very easy to open, and I'll show you exactly how you do it in the morning. Now, when you close at the end of the day, the NDTs will collapse, and all you have to do is I'm going to drop them all. Now, all I have to do is go here, 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 and here. And I've just added my, I just configured them for, here's my tick, my range, my minute, my Unorenko, which I didn't even bother. So if you look here, I can move this to a range, I can move this to a tick, I can move this to a Unorenko. Normally, what I would have here, and here's Apple, which I don't have, we can't get a SIM Apple feed here, so it's not going to give it to us. But if we had one, we'd have Apple in the drop-down menu. So you can trade whatever you like. Now, I personally really do believe that this is going to help you trade. You don't have to chase anything on the dome. Your entries are going to be more precise. It's going to get you in at a really precise entry, much better than you could do manually. And here's the dome versus chasing this dome. In a very moving market, this thing is like, you know, trying to jackrabbit. It just moves very fast. And you don't ever have to be concerned about it. In fact, what I do, I get rid of them. I don't use them anymore. I just blow them off my chart. I use my NDT, and that's how I trade. And every trade configuration is based on one of these buttons. And I have my ATM. I trade a Unorenko, which is right here. And I would have to put the Unorenko chart here. And if I wanted to enter a trade here.
Order submitted.
Order submitted.
Order filled.
And it's filled. One tick above the close of that candle. So it doesn't make any difference at all what kind of candle you trade, your trading methodology for getting into a trade, although it does give you a great way to trail the trade, and that is on a reversal candle. Although like I said, you can configure any ATM, and you can get a reversal candle real easily if you hit good till canceled and you're on an up close and you want to sell the first down close. No, for some reason I'm not getting a click here, but you're simply going to sell on a down close, and it may just be specific to the to my Unorenko, and Sergio would help me with that, but you can grab a reversal. So I think I've been pretty comprehensive on how to work it. We're going to configure it for you. You don't have to worry about any of the technicals. Sergio will do everything. You skip order confirmation, so you don't have to have that little window come up to ask you if you want to confirm the trade. The NDT is always on top. So if you're on top of a chart and you click it, the NDT will stay in front. You're going to save the settings. Now, in the manual, it will tell you what the hotkeys are. I don't use them. I just use the buttons. But there's a whole set of hotkeys where you don't even have to click on the NDT. You can actually, and you can modify the hotkeys. If you want to buy at an up close, you can hit control, whatever you like. And again, if you want a new dome, you can always click that and get more. I mean, you can trade with an unlimited number. Makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. And again, you always have the ability to try to get a tick pip or a cent of premium on the trade, given the market that you're trading and the way it's trading. I mean, if it's got the natural harmonic of the market is to stutter around a little bit. And you can get that 1 tick pullback or pip or cent or 2 cents or 2 pips. It's a tremendous advantage to get that. It doesn't change your targets and your stops because your trade is triggered at the right price. The trigger is what sets up the targets and stops, not the entry price. So when you get to where you should have been in the first place, you're already up a tick, a pip, or a cent. So if you're long here, you're going to be long at this price right here instead of 1 tick, pip, or cent above here. And if your first target from here, and just, we'll just say is 10 ticks, you're in here. And let's say your stop is 10 here. You now have 11 ticks of upside. And you only have 9 ticks of downside. So you've pushed the trade by 10% in your direction. 10% is a lot. So this gives you the ability to grab that pullback. So I don't want to be redundant. What I'll do is I'll answer any questions that you have. Let me show you the offer that we're making. Now I'm going to have to unshoot the screen for 1 second because the offer is behind this blue, and let me grab it. So just hang on for 1 second. We're really offering it a very nice discount. Hold on 1 sec. That's my son doing a ski jump in Breckenridge, Colorado, last December. He's a terrific skier. Let me find it, because Sergio just restored my workspace. My hard drive crashed, and this guy somehow pulled it out of his God knows where, and he got it back and restored it. So let me show you the offer. Let me open it up. Now, I do want to mention the disclaimer that, the trading is risky, and we are not trade management advisors, registered trade management advisors. And trading is not for everyone. You may want to do your own due diligence. And remember, you should know that trading is risky. So let me just start the slide from the only slide we have, which is at the beginning. And I'll show you the offer. And here it is. Now it's $547. Now the regular price is $1,500, and we've had a ton of people pay that. And that's for lifetime ownership. It's not for a lease. We could charge $149 a month. If you like it, you will never get rid of it. And I can't see why you wouldn't, because it really gives you so many benefits in trading. But for $547, it's yours for life. In the trading room, it allows you to follow my trades really easy. You do get lightning fast entries because this is going to trigger a trade a lot faster than you can off your dome. You can enter on a reversal, any automatic trade management strategy you want. It's going to minimize slippage on every, potentially minimize slippage on every trade. Obviously, that is no guarantee because that's an independent parameter we can't always adjust for, but getting your trade in as quickly as possible, I believe, helps you. You can enter on that 1 tick or 2 tick pullback, and you can enter or exit on the close of a candle. Now it includes the owner's manual, just like 55 pages, and it's good for you to rifle through. Although actually Sergio's going to do the whole installation for you. If you have automatic trade management strategies for different instruments, he'll set them up for you. And what Rory will do is show you how to set them up on your own. But if you ever need help in the future, we will always help you. We're always here to support you. And for those of you who are in the room and know, we're always here. And if you do order today, you'll get 1 month in the live trading room with me. Now, I wrote down that the offer expires today, and that's obviously wrong. The offer expires on Wednesday. And you know, obviously, I'm the one who actually made the error on the, excuse me here, on the, let me just change it. On the date, it's Wednesday, April 15th is when it expires. But if you come in on a Tuesday or Wednesday, you'll not get the trading room day, the trading room week or month. If you're already a member and you're in the trading room, we will give you a month for free. So let me start this from the beginning. Again, that'll answer any questions that you have. Like, we'll hold up the billing on your next month, and you'll get 1 month for nothing. So hang on, let me see if there are any questions. There are, so hang on. Hey everyone, how you doing? Hey, now let me just write down our phone number if you want to call us. It's 786, and then I'll answer any questions. 786 732 4656 is our number. You want to speak to Rory about anything. Okay, let me answer any questions that you have. Hey guys, it's nice to see all of you here. ATM Don, it stands for Automated Trade Management Strategy. So let's see, Don, you're trading, let's say you're trading the euro yen or the euro pound. And you, based on the volatility of the instrument, you already know that you want to take a 6 pip stop, and you want your first target to be 10 pips and your second target to be 20 pips. And you want the stop to trail the trade. That can automatically be pre-programmed in, and that's called an automated trade management strategy. Once the trade executes, you never touch it again. You let the trade evolve based on the management that you've programmed into the NDT. Oh, it's called bar timer. Okay, thanks, James. Well, we got through without it, but I really appreciate that. Okay, Pri. Well, we'll send you. We will send you a video, so don't worry about that. It says 4 range, and the chart is a 5 range. Okay. Well, you know, John, I appreciate you pointing that out to me. John said that the NDT said a 4, the chart said a 5. They should correspond. All I really was trying to do was show you how the trade configures. That's all, and how the NDT works. That's my mistake, and I just wanted you to see how it executes trades. Hey, Pri, it's recorded. Don't worry. Do you videos on how to make Farzan? We have videos on how to make an ATM strategy, and also Rory will hands-on show you how to make them. So you've got the advantage of having both. Videos that show you how to make one, and Rory will walk you through how to make one. And when he walks you through it, he can record it for you too. So you can get that recorded session of you actually learning how to create an automated trade management strategy. And let me tell you, once you create your first one, it's very, very easy. But we will do that, and when we do have videos. Hey, James, an OCO, and that's you got to remind me. You know what? You know, I should know what an OCO is, James. Hold on a minute. I'm embarrassed that I forgot. OCO trade. One order cancels the other. I do not, let me ask Rory hold on 1 second. You know what? I don't think you can take an OCO, James. I think an OCO is sort of like a bracket. I may be wrong. You cannot use the NDT to bracket trade, although we're changing that. It's going to be a matter, I would say, of a couple of weeks, but we're going to create the ability to use the NDT to create a bracket. So let's say you want to trade the news and you want to take a 10 tick long trade or a 10 tick short trade and just run it. If it goes long, hits your long entry, your short entry will cancel. We don't have that configured this moment, but in OCO we've been looking at for a long time, and Sojir is working on that. And it won't be that long before it comes out. When it does come out, you will get that upgrade. And a lot of traders have asked us about OCO orders. You are not the first. I just forgot what it stood for because I got so much stuff going on. But you know, a bracket trade or one order cancels the other is coming. A lot of people want to bracket trade the news, and we're going to have that configured. Hey, Vladimir. Hey. Here's the reason why I don't use crude live right now, Vladimir. Number one, I can't control the direction. And remember, I'm not here to teach you how to trade, to give you an entry, to profile our software. I'm here to show you how the NDT works. So I want to be able to control the price of crude. I want to show you how a long trade is configured, a short trade. I mean, I'm not here to trade a live market. I'm simply here to demonstrate a trade execution tool. This is, remember, excuse me. Okay, so that's why, that's the only reason why we're not trading. There's no advantage to trading crude live, Vladimir. We could wait around for a week for an entry, and I just want, I want to, in a shorter period of time, show you how it works. That's all. And remember, I'm relying on your trade management strategy, your patience, your diligence, your skill in getting a good entry. The NDT takes over from there. Hey, Theophil. You can trade minutes. It makes absolutely no difference. I mean, what I wanted to do in showing you time, range, tick, is simply to emphasize the fact that it doesn't matter. You can trade it. You can trade any kind of chart you like. You can also trade a Renko chart, a Unirenko chart. When Sergio sets it up, you tell him what kind of chart you want to trade. If you want to trade two different kinds of charts, he'll configure two different kinds of NDTs. And you'll notice here, I have one NDT to trade a 5 range, one to trade a 144. Now, usually you're going to trade the same kind of candle, but maybe you're not gonna. Maybe on stocks, you're going to look at a 5 minute. You're going to look at a 15 minute. You're going to have to configure one for each of those time frames. That's all. It's really easy. And he'll do that all for you. The ticker symbol I used was crude, and the time frame I just used was 1 minute, just so we could get trades execute quickly. But remember, the instrument's irrelevant, and the time frame's irrelevant. All we're doing is looking at how the trade executes. That's really all it is. I mean, we're not really interested in instruments or whatever. I just wanted to show you all the different time frames. That's all, Theophil. Nothing more than that. Hey, John. Sure, John. I'll tell Rory. Let me write it down. We'll send it to you. Hang on. Okay, hang on. All right. Hey, Gitan. Everything is recorded. It's not a problem. You know, everybody has other things to do. I understand that. I'm a single dad, and you know, my son just came in here to annoy me. So believe me, I understand that. So it's recorded, and you're gonna get a creative today with the recording on it. So don't worry about that. Okay. Well, remember, Gitan, on a minute chart, it's going to keep forming one bar until the minute's up. So the size of the bar is determined by how far the market moves in 1 minute. So you write how many bars you have per minute. It is only going to be 1 bar per minute. That's a minute chart. If it's a 2-minute chart, you're going to have a bar every 2 minutes. 5-minute, a bar every 5 minutes. Can you show how the scanner works to find, Theophil, the scanner, be happy to do that for you if you call, but that's really not a part of this. The scanner is just a little bit of a completely different tool. Remember, we need a live market, and that's something that we would go over, say, at 1 o'clock. When we've got a live market, we've got multiple live instruments to trade. It's completely different, and obviously I'm not dodging it. It's just, you know, it's just a different topic. That's all. Hey, Shaylo. How did you display the trend window, and why are you using Shaylo? I'm not sure what you mean. How did you display? Oh, this automatically appears when your data feed is on sim. See, here's my TD Ameritrade, here's my Kinetic, here's my FXCM, and here's my CQG. If you hit simulated data feed, which for demonstration purposes today is what I want, this will automatically come up so you can determine the direction of the market, and have the ability to show how a trade execution tool works. And I don't have to wait around for a slow moving market to finally give us a candle. That'll come up automatically. Well, Sheila, we're going to send you the latest version. I mean, it's the only one that we have. I mean, when we upgrade it, the older version, it is basically no longer in existence. Because what we do is we alter the code on the older one, and we just don't have it anymore. I mean, I've never had anyone call us and ask for an older version, so it's just not around. I mean, Sergio, if he adds 150 lines of code, he'll add it to what we have now, and that's our new version. So you will always have the upgraded version. Now, the one thing that everyone asks us is to number the versions, so they know that they have the latest version. But if 6 months from now, you're not sure you have the latest version, and we're not sure you have the latest version, we'll just reinstall it for you if push comes to shove, and make sure you have the latest. But we usually, if we upgrade, we have everyone on a list. We have it on a spreadsheet that's on our OneDrive, and we get it out to everybody, and it's just going to come in a zip file. So you're going to get the upgrade. Hey, Diane, couldn't make it for the webinar. Just can I please? Sure, you will get the recording. Hey, Theophil, Mark, can you set up with installation of the software with Ninja platform? Theophil, these are things that are way beyond the scope of this. If you call Rory, he'll do any of this stuff for you. Only, you know, I've got, a lot of people here who just want to see the execution tool. And I respect what you want to do, but it's just not a topic that, here, okay? Again, you have to call Rory for that, Theophil. He'll give it to you. He'll give you that price. Hey, Afsal, I have the ultimate trend platform as the no, the NDT is always a standalone, Afsal, because remember, it's not a piece of the software. It's not an indicator. It's a trade execution tool. So unless we specifically say, and we really never do, I mean, we never include the NDT in the tool, in the software. Hey, Mary. Yeah, I got it, Mary. And essentially, it's a bracket trade, and we're going to have a bracket order set up because I forgot the name of the person who asked it, but he's about the 74th person. That's why we already have it in motion. Hey, James. Absolutely, you can add contracts. You absolutely can. When we configure it for you, Sergio will show you exactly how you can do it. As long as you're trading the same instrument and you're trading crude and you're long and you want to add more long contracts, the NDT will add them for you. Hey, Theophil. Listen, the best software I think is ours. You're just going to have to trade a longer term time frame, Theophil. If you want to swing trade, I think you should trade a 10-minute or a 15-minute on stocks. I think you should trade a 30 Unorenco on futures and Forex. It's simply a matter of changing the time frame. And if you want us to do that for you, we'll be happy to do that. I mean, we have traders on stocks trading a 15-minute, a 30-minute, a 1 hour, a 2 hour. We'll adjust all the higher time frames for you, so you're going to get a swing trade. That's how I take all my options trades. And we've been keeping our head well above water on the option side of this, even though this has been a brutal market to trade. And I have seen, I mean, I don't want to get off topic again, but I saw a trader last week take a $5 million short position on Bed Bath & Beyond. And then Bed Bath & Beyond went up like 30%. And he traded a deep in the money option. I mean, really deep. That guy got hammered. Now, we've been doing okay. The only position that is annoying me is we're short Uber. And I don't know why it's going up. I mean, I think Uber is a coronavirus mobile. And I've read terrible things about it, but I don't want to get off topic. Hey, Gavin. Thanks for the webinar. It's a learning curve myself. It's great to have you. Great to have you, Gavin. And best wishes down in South Africa. Hey, Shallow. Okay. My question about number of bars per minute was more your chart showing 10 green bars for each minute. No, it's not possible. I think I was trading a tick or time at that time. I mean, it's not gonna, if you're trading a 1 minute, Kitan, it will not show you more than 1 bar each minute. It may show you a real long bar, but it's not gonna show you more than one. That's the whole purpose of a 1 minute. It's telling the system to form a candle every minute. Well, that was the escalator. Optimally, that's what you want. And if you hit your first target and you move your stop to break even and you have no risk, you can ride that trade up and close on a reversal candle. And that's going to get you out. Now, the one thing I didn't mention because like it was hard to show you, is let's say you get a trade and you enter and your stop is 10 ticks and your target is 10 and it goes 8 and never hits your first target. Your exit is a reversal candle. So it will not come all the way back to 10. It's going to take you out, and the reversal candle is going to save you an enormous amount of money. So it's also a great way to take your exit on the trade. Now you have to put a stop in. Now you can have the trailing stop, so it goes up 8, but the trailing stop is very imprecise on NinjaTrader, and sometimes it doesn't drag it up perfectly. But if it hits 8 or it hits 9 and your first target is 10, and I mean today we had a lot of trouble getting our 6th tick for our first target on the E-mini, and because it was a very choppy market. You just close on a reversal and you're going to save a lot of money on the exit. So it's a great way to exit the trade as well. I bought it less than a month ago. It has not been updated in the last month, Shaylo. The next update is going to have the OCO in it. That's how you're going to know. Okay, Dennis. You can call us or just wait till we send out the creative. It'll have the buy button. So again, it's great to have you aboard, Dennis. Rory's there at 732-4656. And again, if you buy today, you're going to come into the trading room. Listen, we're fighting the market right now. It's very choppy and it's difficult to trade. But at least we have every advantage possible. So listen, I thank you so much for giving me your time. I would not proffer this tool unless I really, really thought it was going to help your trading, no matter what your methodology was. So have a really, really great night. Thanks, Dennis, for coming on board. And I look forward to seeing everyone in the trading room tomorrow. And let's make some money. So take care, everyone, and remember, this is just the way I look at it. We're not going to make money every day. We don't make money every day, but we don't want the other small retail trader to take our money home. It's going to be us or them. Everybody else is the enemy. And we want to be the group of small retail traders that takes the money away from the other retail traders. And that's the name of the game. So take care, everyone. And again, have a great evening. Bye-bye. And thank you so much for your time.